So, my friend Ricardo, tell me about your background in AI, how you got to where you are currently, your company, a bit about kind of an overview, I guess, of everything. Would be amazing.
Absolutely. My name is Ricardo Minniti. I come from South Italy, Reggio Calabria precisely. I moved to London in 2015. Initially, I worked pretty much whatever job I could find. Worked extensively in hospitality. Worked as a sales consultant. Anyway, my background was already in sales. I already had worked in sales before in Italy, so I moved to what I used to do. I've been involved in real estate sales. I've sold water purifiers. I've sold payment processors. I've led properties. What else? I won sales competitions in hospitality as well. Pretty much that's the main part of my background. And then when AI suddenly took the world by storm and everybody started to use it, I realized there was a big opportunity in it, especially for people that already have some type of experience.
Yeah.
Because I believe that as the post that you saw on LinkedIn, like AI can only help you to do what you do better. It's not like a magic pill.
I completely agree, man.
Give your business to ChatGPT and think you find a new CEO. That's not the way it works.
Yeah, it's an enhancer. It allows you, that's a very good way of putting it. It's like you got to have the foundational skills and then you can, the world is your oyster with AI. Completely agree, man. That's cool. So sales background, you've sold a bunch of different things, kind of comprehensive sales stuff. That's cool, man. I mean, I've done some sales too. I'm 19 currently, so I haven't, had an extremely extensive career yet. But I've sold lead generation services before. So that was like how we started off in marketing. And that was the co-founder's brother's company. So that's kind of how we started working together. And then we found this one, which is more focused on, still B2B, but like social media B2B, as well as lead generation and websites, things like that. So that's cool, man. Like when businesses first come to you asking about AI, what do you think they're usually hoping to fix? And where do you think that expectation is slightly off?
Most business owners realize already by themselves that one way or another they must implement AI, even because the gap between those who do and those who don't do it is gonna widen with the years in an immense way. So everybody realized that they need it. What I think though is that people don't really understand yet how they can use it, how they can implement it, what it can really do for them. In fact, what we are offering lately is also a consultation service, which would basically just take all of your business, all of your problems, all that you are currently dealing with, and then realize whether you actually need AI, and if you need it, what it can do for you. Because you might also not need it. It might be just a matter of automation, perhaps, to help you, but without any AI involved, just code and simple steps. Like AI doesn't necessarily have to be in the picture. But I believe it does for everybody nowadays.
On a long enough time frame, I think as well, it will come in as a like kind of natural kind of implementation. But yeah, no, I agree. I was speaking with the first guest on this podcast a couple of days ago, and he was talking about the ROI of AI as well. Yeah. And it's like, obviously there's a massive financial bubble right now with everybody investing in every tool, trying to implement as much AI as possible, but it's almost just like it's a huge hype. And I think it's obviously the biggest buzzword in the entire, out of every industry right now. And it will transform things, but at the same time, I think people are almost overexcited and need to be more controlled. So I think consulting and like experts in building automations is exactly where they come in to try and like quantify where they implement it. So yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And on that point, another interesting thing is that most people nowadays, what they do, they try to lead their offer with AI. And there's a thing that I entirely disagree with. So I have a outreach system that I've built for myself. Is completely automatic. Like I literally just need to tell the system what industry I want to target, where, etc., etc. Obviously, you need to give this guidance, but then it's gonna go ahead, use my outreach system that I've set up before, and then go ahead, create the campaign, and just target these people. But never I will go to somebody and just offer them AI. This is not the way it works. Like they don't need AI; they need the problem solved.
Exactly. Focusing on the pain points, man. Absolutely. That's probably come from your sales background as well, right? Yeah, like understanding just what they need solved, what pains they're experiencing. Yeah. No, I completely agree. And what do you think the biggest mistake companies make is when they rush to AI tools without fixing their underlying systems first?
So this brings back a sales meeting that I had with this guy is actually a friend of mine. He owns a letting agency.
Okay.
And when I explained what we could do, he came back at me saying, "Oh yeah, okay, but you know, like there is this chatbot and that and this. You can have it for £20 a month, and you know, fair enough. If you wanna go for that option, just go for it. But most likely, that is not gonna solve your issues. If it's only 20 quid a month, it's gonna piss off your customers, and you don't even know if you need it in the first place. So why would you go just and buy something just because there is the hype of AI?
For the sake of it, yeah.
It's not the way it works. It's not the way
Yeah,
it
man.
works.
Absolutely. And out of interest, like from a technical perspective as well, are you using make.com or like NA10 to build these flows, or what is
So
it?
I started with make.com.
Mm.
It was the very first platform that I've used. Then
Yeah.
I switched to NA10, and
Okay.
right now my best friend is Cloud Code, because Cloud Code can pretty much
Cloud code, did you say?
yeah, Cloud Code.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one. Okay, fair.
Yeah, so it can pretty much build all of the workflows that you could build in NA10. The big
Yeah.
difference, though, is that you have full control on each and every step. Because obviously, with no-code builders, you have like this kind of Legos that you put together. But
Yeah, like fields and presets. Yeah.
correct. They are pre-built. You can change some settings, but you can't really control everything.
Yeah.
Instead, with Cloud Code, if I want, I can just write a prompt and then nuke the whole project and make it all again.
Okay.
Without
Yeah.
doing anything, pretty much, besides prompting the AI.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Okay, sick. And so like, do you have, so that's your partner, did you say? Has he got more of like a technical background, more technical experience?
So I had a partner where we started. Right now, I'm no longer with a partner anymore.
Okay.
He went to different ventures. By the way,
Yeah.
I started as the more, let's say, I was taking more part of the sales side of the
Yeah.
operation.
Yep.
It was more technical, but at the same time, I've also always built systems myself. And the reason why now I moved towards agentic workflows rather than no code is simply because if you can deliver the same result, let's say with anything, it will take me 3 to 4 hours and a lot of testing and going crazy and trying
Yeah.
to understand
Yeah.
what's going on and blah blah blah.
It's always the smallest thing, isn't it, that you
Yeah,
get
instead
caught
with,
on. It's like
with
something
code.
ridiculous.
Yeah, with Cloud Code, what happens, even if I get stuck, I will just copy the exact page, paste it in Cloud desktop or browser, and it will fix it right away. And the great thing is that Cloud knows how to talk to Cloud.
Okay, so it's built on Claude fundamentally, this system.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought you said cloud
No.
at the start instead of Claude. So, okay, so it's built on Claude. That's very useful.
Yeah,
Understood.
absolutely.
Okay. We should probably look into that in that case, because I mean, in recent like months, we've been mainly focusing on the marketing and website side of things. We've been obviously using AI code tools, so like Cursor, etc., to build the
Yeah.
development side of things.
Cursor is great as well.
Yeah. But in terms of like workflows and stuff, we haven't. I mean, initially there was a kind of demand for it in the market when we were building websites. People just wanted AI built in, you know, the flows, the messaging flows, AI agents, etc. But I mean, like you say, you have to be very specific about what you're offering. And I feel like when you get into 3 different services, it's kind of just like convoluted, and people are like, well, how do you do marketing, websites, and AI automation all in one? But it's, you know, this is part of like the content we're trying to build, like trust building content, so they understand to a deep level what we're actually trying to build, rather than us just like showing the work and kind of relying on that.
Way better.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What do you think makes an AI setup valuable long term, not just impressing in a demo?
So, what can make it valuable long term? Obviously depends on what you're building, but in many cases, what you can do, you can set it up in a way, especially with tools like I think with Cursor you can do it as well. But with Claude, for example, when you start with Claude Code, you will give the init command at the start, and it will basically go throughout all of the code base and learn anything about the code base, every single thing. And then when you continue using it, it's gonna update it step by step. Same thing for the agents. So you're gonna create Markdown for the agents. The Claude Markdown is gonna create by itself. Then you can add skills, and all of this stuff can be automatically updated by the AI based on whatever is changing in your business. So let's say you've been growing and now you need a system that can handle more people. You will realize by itself. And that's a thing that you can do if you set it up correctly at the start. However, there is a new tool now that is called, it started as a CloudBot, but for some reason they changed it and they made it OpenCloud. This system is a thing that I'm testing right now, and it seems to be able to do it without any preset. Like you don't need to tell it anything from the start. It will just grow automatically with your business, which can pose a security issue, but there are ways to set it up and make sure that you are fine.
Fantastic. So, and you say when you copy the code base at the start, is that from, like, for example, somebody's website to understand where does the information source come from?
Let's say that you have a project and you want Claude to access it and help you work on this project from now on. So it's going to be like an employee that you're adding to it. So the comment that you will give is /init. So it's going to automatically scan the whole code base and create a markdown file, which is called CloudMD. And this file can be updated by it automatically alongside your work. Let's say that I add more things to the code base, more functionalities, or I subtract things from the code base. It's going to know and it's going to update it automatically without me doing anything.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic, man. It's proper automated. Okay, amazing. How do you think founders should decide when to be automated versus staying human do?
So, I believe that you should automate what should be automated. I don't think that people should just start thinking, okay, I can suck all of my stuff and just be me and AI. I mean, by any means, it could be possible. But if you already have stuff and these people are good at what they're doing, I think this is the best chance for you to implement AI and make them even better at what they're doing.
Yeah,
you get what I mean? Like, you already have a team. They are good. They are working properly. Perhaps if you have some bad apples, you can get rid of those. But if you implement it properly and just make sure that is an amplifier, like we were saying before. So, for example, I'm a sales consultant, sales rep, let's say, and I will have to go through 10 sales calls today, and I also have to reply to emails. I also have to reply to SMS, update the CRM, and all this stuff. I can just take care of the sales calls, and the AI will do all the boring stuff. So instead of doing 10 sales calls, today I can do 20.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the advantage. It's not just saying, okay, I'll put the AI there and that's it, it's finished. It doesn't work that way. Like, whatever you're doing, if you're doing it well, you can do it better with AI.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. We worked on a landing page video and a landing page for fintech recently. And so their software is essentially for financial analysts who have repeat research tasks, and they're using usually like ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever to drop files infinitely and kind of like, try and search for the sources, then find it in their documents again. And so they've like completely cut through that noise and that upfront work that they have to do to just get started on real research. And so I think as well, that's a case study. It's an example of AI just cutting through and like enhancing people's kind of workload, or, rate. Yeah.
Basically, what you can do 100 times. Maybe not better, but the volume is.
Exactly.
It's incomparable. Like, there is no way that a person is going to do all that work in 10 minutes.
Yeah, completely, man. Yeah. Good. Yeah. And a lot of marketing as of now feels very noisy and generic. Of course, like as you scroll, there's like, I guess we've kind of gone full circle to the point where this kind of sit down content is very valuable. This is why we're starting to work on it, because it's like people are seeing content that's so heavily edited or, implemented AI into it that it's just like they scroll from that because they know it's salesy. They know what the goal is with it, to just steal their attention. Yeah. But what would you say effective positioning looks like in an AI heavy landscape in marketing?
So to start with, you should somehow differentiate yourself from the crowd. What the crowd is doing, I think most people don't realize, like most guys that you see out there promoting AI, nothing against it, but they're actually selling courses. Like there's no AI involved in that. Obviously, okay, they can build you a workflow, give you a template, etc., etc. But the client is you. not the person, not the businesses that they say they're gonna sell this project, these products to. They're selling the course alongside the workflows to you. So okay, nothing wrong about that, because you have to learn. But what happens is that most of the AI content that you see out there, I think that's the result of it. Like, it became just hype, just because these people need hype. They need to hype you up and get you excited, and so you go to school and you sign up for the course.
Yeah, no, that's very true,
Pretty
man.
much it. So the right positioning, in my opinion, would be first thing first, not try to be the everything guy. I did this mistake at the start with AI, and to be fair, I would be able to build all of this stuff that I promised I would be able to build. But the fact is that it creates confusion. People need to know what you're offering, and what are the conditions, and what's in it for them.
Yep.
That's it. Then for the rest, if you offer all of this stuff, then you're just gonna confuse them. So what I've set up myself to do, I always start with an initial service that is definitely gonna have high ROI for them. For example, I have two friends that manage restaurants, and what I've built for them is a review agent, which I'm gonna have to demo if everything goes well next week. So why I start with the review agent? First thing first, they need reviews, and I already know. Then it's gonna be something that I can offer to them without upfront cost. I'm both. They are my friends, but I will do it for anybody, because I don't really need any retainer for that. So once they will get a review, I will get a payment. That's pretty much it. And this is a thing that is helpful for them. It's absolutely free entry, so you can just plug it in and wait for the reviews to come in.
It's a good offer.
And then from my side is the best way to show them what I'm capable of, without having any friction in the middle. Like, I'm not going to them to say, okay, this is your business. I know it better than you, and I know that with AI I can fix it. No. I identify a problem, I fix that problem. Then if you want to fix other problems, we can have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly, man. No, that's ace. Yeah, we're doing the same thing on the website side as well. So the other outreach we're sending out, like mainly on LinkedIn now, and talking to people about is just creating demos, like you said, but just looking at their current website, seeing that it's either outdated or completely, unuser friendly, and then creating like a free solution, them seeing it and being like, right, these guys can fucking design, and then continuing from there. And it's definitely the way to go. Like, if you can achieve a bandwidth of work or you have enough people to work on those things and not like have it be a complete time sink, then it's definitely the best way to sell, 100%.
Yeah, in some kind of way, it's basically a lead magnet.
Yeah.
In some sort of ways, like you could define it that way. And if we see people like Hormozy using lead magnets, who are we to think we shouldn't do that? Like, it's definitely working, has worked for ages. You see, this connects to AI again, because it's not that what has worked until now stopped working just because AI arrived. It can just be done on a bigger scale, but it's still the same thing that works. When you do outreach, you still gotta structure it in the same way as before. Only that you're not writing the emails, or you're not writing the DMs. The AI is doing it. But if you don't give it the structure, the AI is just gonna make you look like an idiot.
Yeah,
everything is gonna happen.
Yeah, I think Hormozy is probably the king of lead magnets. Like, he's literally just hands the world over to business owners, and actually his content is enough in order to grow your business for sure. Like, if you understand enough of it. Consume enough of it. But then I think he's in the game where he's just looking for equity. So like, he can play that game. He provides all of the value, and then he's like, right, come and work with me, and let's hack it out, kind of person to person. He's a big G.
And he gives an immense amount of value before even asking for a penny. So
exactly.
That's what we should look at Learn. If these guys are making hundreds of millions and they're happy to do that, there must be a reason for it. So if you reverse engineer it, you realize that even if you're just starting, it's better for you to rather go and maybe give something for free first, and then get something back, instead of trying to get money out of people immediately without them knowing you. Would you rather give something for free and then make money, or would you rather try to get money and make zero?
That's
the way it works.
Or just kind of fracture the relationship slightly, asking for money. Maybe it works, but it's like, I do think it's better to go exponential.
Yeah, absolutely.
In terms
and especially
of charge,
because especially being a salesman, I know very well what reputation salesmen have around the world, and that's because of a lot of people that believe that sales is about convincing people. So
Yeah.
they go to them, they start making all of these promises, etc., just to convince them and take the commission, and then they just forget about them. But sales is
Yeah.
absolutely not about convincing people. It's about finding out the issues, making them understand that this issue is actually there. What are the results of not taking action, and what are the results of taking action? That's pretty much it. You guiding them. You're not convincing them. If they want
Spot
to
on,
work with
man.
you, if they end up working with you, it's because you made them understand the problem properly. If they don't want
Yeah.
to work with you, you didn't do a good job at making them understand what the problem was.
Absolutely, man. No, completely, 100% agree. Yeah. And asking like the right questions to try and actually reveal the problems. And then from there, like solutions come after. No, I completely agree, man. It's good.
Yeah, 100%. Even when in sales calls, perhaps you reframe their position in order to put them in a different state of mind, just so they can be guided to the right decision. This is a thing that some people might misunderstand. Is they think that you're kind of trying to play with their mind, but what you're actually doing, you know that they have an issue,
Yeah.
and you're putting it in front of their face. Like imagine if you were at the edge of a cliff and you were still walking. If I grab you and bring you back to life, like you're about to die, man, I'm saving you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to do. Like, and most people are just blinded because they've probably been fucked over in the past many times. So now
Yep. Yep.
it's just a defense mechanism.
Yeah. No, definitely. Those guys are ruining it for the rest of us, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
And especially with real estate, because the real estate agents in the UK, like most agents are like crap, like absolute crap.
Right.
They don't care about you, not even in the slightest. Like you're gonna sign the contract, they're gonna take the money and forget about you. Even because they get paid for listing properties as well, not just to take commissions. If you're self-employed, it doesn't happen. So these people, unfortunately, bring it to the point that wherever you go to them and you actually can solve their issues, they just see you as another one, as just another guy. So this it's up to you to make the difference.
Definitely. Yeah. And on that value point of view as well, I think Elon, like even bigger players, than Hormozy, speak about like just providing more value than you take. And I think, I mean, there you go. Like you have Hormozy talk about it, but you also have billionaires talk about it. So like, definitely is the way to lead, man. When AI is used properly, where do you think it frees founders up the most? Time, decision making, or scale?
So it can be all three, but on different levels. So time-wise, if you're just using it as a founder, let's say if you create a virtual assistant for yourself, it's gonna free a lot of your time, and this is gonna result in more money if you utilize this time correctly. Then on a scale level, it can help on a scale level. Once again, if you utilize it correctly alongside your team, and you just amplify what you're doing, keeping it the way it is because it's already working. And so yeah, I would say time and scale will be the top ones. Probably time a little bit more prioritized because it's directly linked to money.
You work with different businesses at different stages. So at what point do you think AI becomes a real advantage rather than a distraction?
Okay, so it becomes a real advantage when you're already focusing on working on the business, growing the business, and just adding it as a way to make you work better and have more volume in what you're doing, and basically work on a bigger scale. It becomes a distraction when, as we said before, you see it as a magic pill. It's not a magic pill. We're gonna have AGI one day, but we are far from it. Like there are some times that even if you prompt AI correctly, it might hallucinate. There are some times that perhaps you give it some commands, and unless the prompt is done perfectly, it's gonna just go in his way and come with new ideas that you didn't never asked about. So this is just a waste of time. So what I would say, if if you're a founder, you can either hire somebody that can take care of this for you and have it internal, or you can hire another company and do it for you. Just don't think about it at all. You know what it's doing for you. You have obviously receive reports every day, etc., etc. But then focus on what you do best. If you're a founder, do the founder. Don't become the AI. Don't become the marketing guy. Don't become.
Yeah.
Just stick to what you're doing. If you are an
100%.
admin, stay to admin. Like AI is gonna work very, very well if you take your expertise, pass it to it, and amplify it.
Definitely, man. Yeah, and you got to have a good team for that as well. So I guess recruiting comes in, which was the first conversation I had. And maybe it's 5 employees, like the guy said, rather than 20.
Yeah.
With AI kind of powering it. Yeah.
In this case, I would say if you want to hire somebody, I will only do it if I'm a company big enough to be able to afford an internal staff member or more internal staff members with already this type of knowledge. I would rather go to hire a freelancer or an agency if I'm not making the big money yet. Like it wouldn't make any sense to just have a new staff member for 60K per year or 80K per year or some stuff like that. You don't really need it. But if you're an enterprise, by any means,
Yeah.
you definitely can spend that money. Like OpenAI, they spent 100 million on an AI engineer, 100 million a year. Quite a good salary, right?
100 million on one. I thought you were going to say for like an entire department or something.
No. They give this guy 100 million a year contract in order to snatch it from all the other companies. But this is specific. You see, this is an AI engineer. We're not talking automation. We're not talking AI agents. We're talking LLMs.
Yeah.
So it's a different thing. For this,
That's
you will need
insane.
that. For this, you will need that. If you need automation, or
Yeah.
if you need to just start to understand, just go to a consultant or even a freelancer. You might find a good one.
Damn, that's probably like the highest paid employee, would you say? Because like, I mean, that salary alone is considered like a very large company, like a pretty large company.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
one employee, that's
Yeah,
absolutely
that's a
insane.
good point. Like most companies don't ever get to that to that amount of revenue in a year. This guy just
He's swallowing that. I mean, it shows how gigantic the AI finance bubble is, investment bubble.
yeah.
I mean, if we don't get AGI, I think if it pops, it will be like 2008 all over again, times 5. Like it would be crazy. Yeah.
But I don't see it going in that direction. To be fair, like I think
No.
what they will try to do at some point, rather than having a bubble, what will happen is they will try to centralize it. That's what I think.
Okay.
Because as you can see, like for example, a lot of companies they get the GPUs from NVIDIA, but they also
Yep.
invested in NVIDIA. NVIDIA might use some LLMs from OpenAI, but they're also invested in OpenAI. Like if you go and then backtrack or everything they're doing, like they're all investing in each other's company.
Yeah, they're all just playing a big game. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think at some point they're just gonna come with an announcement like, okay, guys, this is the only AI. This is all one company, etc., etc.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
happening.
I mean, I guess it's mainly like the two huge players is Google and obviously OpenAI, right? So I mean, I think OpenAI is bigger on obviously on the AI specific front, but then Google's a superpower in many different ways. So I wonder like there could be a merger. That would be really cool.
Yeah, there could
But then again, like they could just fight it out.
Yeah, I mean the fight is on and it's helping.
Yeah,
This
helping the advancement.
development, right? Because everybody want to win. Google is definitely big on data. So the data that they have, the amount of data that they have, they can't replicate it in a million years.
Yeah.
So obviously their models, as we like with the time passing, they're gonna become always better and better and better and more context aware because they have access to the whole world.
Yeah.
But at the same time, would it be convenient to continue this fight, or would it be better to just join forces?
Well, yeah, I think it comes down to the idea of like capitalism and competition in the free market, doesn't it? Because then if there's only one company, then they have a monopoly and they're not going to want to continue to improve.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe then it takes finances out of the picture, and maybe we can make smarter decisions about how AI is deployed. Because obviously the competition is also probably one part of why people are scared about what happens to AI and how controlling it becomes or whatever. So maybe a merger would be smart in that sense.
Yeah, 100%. People are scared because everybody realized that all of these founders, I truly believe they started with good ideas. But now, when you have such a power in your hand, like, we can't even judge, because I'm a type of person that before judging thinks about it like a lot of time. Because, okay, I can say this wrong, this immoral, whatever you like, blah, 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 you're risking everybody's life, etc., etc. But if it were you being the CEO of
Yeah.
OpenAI,
What would you do?
billions and billions and billions, and a weapon in your hands that is so powerful.
Yeah.
Of course, they
Yeah.
went from non-profit to profit organization. Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't do that. Like you realize you have billions coming going in without you doing anything. After you built it,
Yeah.
you just gotta maintain it, right?
Yeah. It was Elon, right, who wanted it to be a non-profit, and then he like split ways because Sam Altman wanted it to be profitable, right?
And he actually sued some Altman. They're gonna have to go to court. He sued them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
company. Yeah. By
Yeah.
the way, I believe that at some point, at least the big names, they're gonna join forces, because, okay, there is company against versus company, but the real fight is China versus USA.
Right.
That's the real fight for AI. So at some point, if a USA
Yeah.
wants to win, Google, Anthropic, and all these guys, they're gonna have to join forces. Even because
Right.
China is kicking their ass. Let's be honest. Okay, USA still have the best models, I would say, but at the same time, China is coming up with some models that are not so they're pretty much close in quality, but they are open source. They're doing this
Yeah.
all over the place. They're basically taking whatever these companies are making billions for, and saying to the whole world, "There's no need."
Yeah. Price penetration. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they
Yeah, I
don't care,
guess-
because they focus on winning this fight. They want to spite the USA and win. They don't care
Yeah.
about the money in the slightest.
Yeah. 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 He's just like, you know what? I don't care. It's about winning. It's about beating Trump. Trump's gonna have to be like, right, guys, chill out. Let's all join forces together and let's,
Yeah, at some point,
fight these guys. Yeah. Yeah.
if they want to win.
Yeah. Friend of yeah. Cool. Yeah, and I guess also going back to the morality thing, like I guess if people, I guess the real test of morality is having the power put in your hands, isn't it?
Yeah, correct.
In that sense, like if you don't have power, you don't really know whether you're a good person or not.
Yeah,
And you don't have you don't have a
really
decision
shows
that's
up.
presented to
Yeah.
make. You know?
The moment you have the responsibility, or the moment you have the opportunity also. Like, then I heard once there was a reel that I saw from Andrew Tate. He was doing a similar comparison. He was saying that most men, it's not that they are loyal, it's just that they don't have a capacity like to go and cheat. And that's
Yeah.
the same thing. Like
Yeah.
most people, they say that they are good people. They say that they have morals and all that. But
Yeah. But it's lazy because they don't have the capabilities to
Exactly.
do
Yeah.
those things. They don't have options. I agree.
if you receive
Definitely.
the call, they say, okay, Mr. XYZ, I'll give you 100 million a year. Will you do this for me?
Yeah.
They won't even sign the contract. They will just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, I agree, man. I agree, definitely. I guess, yeah, and then self-improvement comes the determiner of good and bad people, doesn't it? And it's like they're avoiding self-improvement so that they can just say so that they can have moral virtue in saying that the powerful people are making the wrong decisions. But it's like, no, work for your power and then we can see.
Exactly. And
Type
in
thing.
the first place, what this, like, it's true that the people in power, they mostly don't care about people. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I cannot say that I care about everybody's sake if I'm not doing anything for the world. Okay, the politicians are not doing anything. What are you doing? What do you do? Do you do anything for your community? Do you have
Yeah.
do
Do
charity?
you give to charity?
Do
Yeah,
you go
exactly.
and buy in local shops, like, and all this stuff? You get me? Like, I make sure that I always do it, and and I really don't like when people judge, but don't put your action where your mouth is.
100%, man. No, yeah, totally. We have too many talkers.
Yeah, most people.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For founders who are cautious about starting with AI, where would you recommend they start?
AI tools audit, which would be basically AI consulting.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it shouldn't be offered for free. but in some cases it is offered for free to open.
In your case.
And what this does, it basically gives you the clarity. Like now you understand what tools are available, what you can do with them, where your business sits in this picture, and if you actually need them or not. Because once again, I totally believe that everybody needs it, but it might not be your priority. In fact, usually when consulting, when trying to fix any type of issue, I got this technique from Nick Saraev. I don't know if you ever watched any.
Don't know him.
Yeah.
No.
So you start from the issue, and say you write what is the main issue that you want to fix. Okay, well, let's say lifetime value, customer's lifetime value. So we'll take the issue, then break it down, and literally reverse engineer it, and then you get to the solution. In all of this, I can then, obviously with my expertise in AI tools, etc., understand which of these tools will help you. And once the audit is done, you don't even need to necessarily do it. I mean, I would recommend it, but you will have a full report showing you what is the bigger picture. So you will now have clarity, and then you can decide on your own what is the next step.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, absolutely, man. I guess as well, like it's more of like, I think it's a time thing as well. I think founders probably, if they had a bunch of time on their hands, could manage that and think about it themselves. But it's like there's so much to do as a founder when you're running things operationally. You have to manage people and stuff, and it's like that's where consultants come in as well. So it's a time saver in terms of thinking power, but then connecting it to the expertise that they have. You know, whether it's marketing, AI, and it's really key.
Correct. Yeah. Even if a founder wanted to do it on his own, like let's account, for example, for 20 hours of research before you even find the right tools for you. And once you found the right tools for you, what you're going to do now is start to learn all the tools.
Yeah, exactly.
Create the workflows and implement it in your business. And who's going to run the business then?
Exactly, man. Yeah, you gotta make sacrifice. You gotta accept help.
Yeah,
in a way, sacrificing your ego.
It's basically like going to a doctor. Like you know you have an issue, but you don't clearly know what it is. So
yeah.
You might have your opinion, you might have your theory, but you don't actually know. Once you go to the doctor, he will tell you what it is, and then he can tell you, okay, and then he will tell you, okay, this medicine will fix it. This is the prescription, but if you don't go to the pharmacy to buy to get the medicine, you're not going to get it. Like, I can give you the prescription, but then it's up to you.
You're going to go start rummaging through the woods for some sort of medicine, like Amazon rainforest trek.
that could be a good option, actually.
Yeah. So on that note, I guess we'll wrap it up there. Go to Dr. Riccardo for your AI implementation. And yeah, it's been a pleasure, man. Appreciate you coming on.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks very much, bro.
Cheers, man.
Okay.
Have a good day.